Okay, I'm back with another part of the series. This part we're going to be decorating the cover of the book. That part I always feel is has the most pressure on it because it's the first thing that you see when you pick up the book. I've been playing around with some ideas here. I think I've pretty much figured out the picture I want to use. I do know I want to use this in the background behind it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna, I sealed this with, here I'll show you what I used. It's the Krylon matte finish. It's a permanent protective matte finish. So that's what I sprayed on the cover to seal it. And now I'm going to decorate it. So, here goes. This is just a vintage picture that I printed onto thicker. It's not just it's not like the cheapest copy paper. It's like one step. It's like 22 pounds. I don't even know for sure right now. I'd have to go look. And then I coffee dyed it. So, that's the image I'm going to use, as far as I know, unless I change my mind. And I'm just going to take this book page. I had this spread out so it could dry. But set that aside for a minute. And I'm going to use this. This is a page from the book that I tore out. And I am just going to tear around it just to create some layers. I don't want any white. I don't want any of the margin. I just want the book page. I mean the book text. I'm trying to think and do at the same time. Let's see. That's a little bit smaller than I was hoping. But I think it'll work. I'm going to ink it. Oh, and in the previous video I said I had used walnut stain. It's not. It's vintage photo. I inked something else. I don't even remember. This is just an old piece of foam from a package. It had Brad's in it for the packaging. And I'm just using it to ink. I can get a wide area done at once. Just focusing a little bit more on the edges now. Okay, I'm going to layer that like that. I think I'm going to gesso. I should have done that before I inked it. But I'm going to move that out of the way while I gesso this. It's probably way too much. I did kind of do some sample gesso pages. And I'm having a conundrum. I don't know. I'm having a debate as to what to do next. With the book pages. I didn't like the way the gesso looked because it covers up a lot of the paint. The colors are not as vibrant and they don't show as well. I just wanted to just distort some of the words here so that it's not one of the first things you see. And I think I want to layer something behind this as well. I just feel like it needs something more. I'm not worried about the middle because it's going to be covered up with the picture. I don't want any bumps in my thing though. Okay, now there's the fingerprints. Alright, I'm going to set this aside. This needs to dry as well. Set that up there to dry. This is what it looks like gessoed. I kind of like this. I might do just some sections in the book just for some spaces for writing. And I gessoed it and then inked it with the vintage photo. This one is more of just a, yeah, I don't even know what I was doing, but I kind of like this look just for some areas, so I may do that, which will help prevent the pages from sticking. I just, yeah, I don't know. I know that there are some things I can use other than gesso to keep the pages from sticking. I know wax is one of them, and I have some beeswax. You can wax your pages, but if you wax it before you write on it, then you can't write on it. Because you can't write on a waxy surface. It just, most things don't work. You can also use cornstarch, and I've done that before pretty successfully. So I may just put just cornstarch on the pages, kind of rub it on after the book is finished, and that doesn't prevent you from writing in it or gluing in it or what have you, and it does prevent them from sticking. So I think that's the route I'm going to go, because also if you spray them with this may also make it hard to write on. I don't know. Plus it's been wet and cloudy and rainy all day, and I don't want to go try to paint. I mean, I painted the cover outside, but that was very small. It's not like, you know, a whole book where you're flipping pages. Gotta wait for each page to dry. If it was a nice sunny calm day, I might consider it, but I don't know. If you know of any other ways to keep the pages from sticking, please do let me know in the comments. Otherwise I will just move forward and see what I come up with. So, alright. That's not dry yet. I'm going to go grab, once again, I've moved my blow dryer. I'm going to go grab my blow dryer and possibly some cheesecloth, and I will be right back. I'm not going to turn you off. Bear with me for a second. Okay, I grabbed some cheesecloth that I had handy, that it has been coffee dyed, and I got the blow dryer. I'm just going to hit this real quick. Now I'm going to ink it again. Okay, I'm going to ink this too while I'm at it. This is just an old label that I got at a thrift store. It's not It's not a sticker, but they were just labels that were cut down and in a tiny little coin envelope. So I don't know what they were originally for, but I like them, so I grabbed them. Alright, let's see what I can come up with. I'll probably trim that down. Don't need that. Something like that. I'm going to cover that bird up. There was, oh. I'm debating using these leaves. I don't really know if I want to or not. I kind of like it though. But then I feel like it needs something. Oh, moved over. Moved over. Okay. This is not going to, the cheesecloth is not going to be that big. I know that. I'm just brainstorming. Okay, so I've thought about putting these flowers here, which I had another one. So that's like half of one. That came apart. So is this one for that matter. Let's see. How does that go? Where's the other one? The flowers are falling apart. That's not right. It does go this way. Oy. Oy. Okay. I just want to fall off of there. So I thought about these flowers. Maybe, let's see, I got 2 red and a yellow. I kind of like that. That's cute. Actually, I might go with that. I was considering, I have these 2 brooches. They're vintage. I don't know how. One's Avon and the other one's Monet. I kind of like this leaf. The feather, not as much, but I considered it. This leaf, I really kind of like. And I can take this off. I can pry it off with some pliers and it makes it a little flatter. But it's still pretty raised. So I don't like a bunch of real bulky things on the cover because they're more likely to get knocked off. I mean, it's more likely to get knocked around on a journal cover than it is inside. Of course, you can't really put bulky things inside. I'm going to trim this. And I think this is the plan I'm going to go with. We'll see. Okay. Just kind of mess that up a bit. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to start layering this stuff on here. Let's start with this. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Should be good. Start with that. Move that for a second. I'm going to build my thing on here. Yeah, I usually have a like a scrap piece of paper that I glue on. That way I can move it out of my way and I'm not sticking things in the glue all the time. Now for this part I am just using glue stick because I'm gonna stitch around it at some point. I haven't decided when yet, or exactly the look I'm looking for. Okay, and then I will, once it's all stitched together, wait, I'm not done. I'm not done with that. Once I'm done getting it mostly glued together, then I'll stitch it and then attach it to the front, I think. Okay, I don't want this to be too far over. And a bit more. Yeah. I want it to be off center, but not too much. Okay. I'm gonna stitch I want to stitch through the leaves just to ensure that they won't fall off. No. Nope, nope. I don't want to put the yellow leaf in the middle because the yellow flower is going to be in the middle. And that would be too matchy. I think I like how I had it before. I'm going to do the sheer leaf in the background. Yeah. And I'm just going to use just a glue stick. I like using glue stick just to hold things in place until I'm ready to stitch it. It makes, I just on the wrong side, I think. The glue goes clear through, so it's hard to say. Nope. But I use the glue stick to hold things in place until I'm ready to glue it. I mean stitch it. Then it's easier to glue. Stitch, oh my goodness. Sorry, I cannot talk all of a sudden. Probably because I'm trying to think, and that's nearly impossible for me to do both at the same time. So, yeah. So I'm going to do this like that. And then when I stitch, I'm going to stitch through here. I don't know, that label kind of makes it tricky. I got it. Oh man, I just realized the thread in my sewing machine. I wonder if I could turn the camera to the sewing machine. You can watch me. That way you're not just listening to me. It's upside down, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just gonna give you a headache. Okay. Well, I'm gonna... You're still crooked. Sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I am like... Got you guys all over the place. I thought I could try that. I'm gonna change my thread out because I have black in it right now. And I don't want to use black. So I am going to switch real quick to a... whatever this color here is. I think it's, I don't know what it's called, but it's a neutral color, like tan or ivory or something like that. I was not very prepared for this video, I'm sorry. And no, I'm not gonna cut it off and try to edit it together because I think my computer hates me. Pretty sure of it anyways. So, okay. Almost done with this part. Okay. Now, the glue should be dry enough that I'm not going to gunk up my sewing machine. So I'm going to stitch somehow through this. How am I going to do this? Okay, there we go. So I decided to stitch around and then just turn and go around the label because I want it to still be so that you can write something on it. Whatever, you know, your heart desires. Alright, that is looking really good. And these are, you know, they're elements that bring life to the book, but I'm not worried about them coming off, you know, and tearing up the book. They're flexible enough. Okay, I'm going to use some tacky glue to glue this on. I find that it works really well. It's just Eileen's tacky glue, or Eileen's, I think, original tacky glue. I need something to spread it with, so I'm going to grab this. This is what I was going to use if I was going to use a brooch, but I'm not, so. Eileen's will be plenty strong enough. And I just need a bit of this packaging. I just want a little bit of trash to use. Okay, that'll work. I'm also not going to go clear to the very edge of the torn paper because I want it to raise up and curl and get older looking as the years go by. Okay, some more of the label. And I'm just going to use this and spread it around because I don't want lumps or bumps. Add a little more, a couple spots. Just trying to make it even. Okay. Probably should have, see, it just stuck to that what's it called? Glue stick. Okay. 1, 2. That right there looks good. Now, if I were a prepared person, which I am not today, clearly, I would have my brayer and I would roll it flat. But of course, I'm going to use this rounded edge here. Just kind of press it so there's no bubbles. When I first started making books, excuse me, I thought that they had to be as hard as concrete, you know? Put a little extra glue down here where those flower leaves are, I mean. Kind of hold them down, because they're going to be the base for our flowers. So I don't want them coming up. That yellow one might be, well, it's fine. Is it fine? Is it okay? Anyways, I was saying, I used to think that it had to be super hard, like concrete, because, you know, people would abuse it or tear it up or something. Then I'm realizing it's a book, and if they treat it as such, then there shouldn't be any of that, because they're going to not treat it any differently than a book. Alright? That's my hope anyways. Okay. That is bugging me because it's a little bit lumpy right there. I'm just using my thumbnail because it's rounded so that I don't tear the paper. I don't want to tear the label any. I don't know how old that paper is or fragile, so I'm going to be careful with it. Okay, now for the flowers. Maybe. Okay, and I'm just going to use the tacky glue again. I think I'm going to trim these so they're not sticking up. This one keeps wanting to fall apart. I'll probably glue it first. It's the middle anyways, so it should probably be glued first. Hold that on for a moment. My glue is not super full. I gotta put something down there. There we go. Now this is going to need something holding it down for a little while until the glue dries, which I'll probably end up just holding it because I don't want the flowers smushed in there like with a book or something hard on top of them, because then all the petals will get smushed down. So I think I might kind of arrange it how I want it. There's plenty of glue. Let's see. That one won't stay down. Okay. I think that works. I kind of wish I had like a sprig of something. Something kind of tall. What if? Okay, now that. Okay, I'm not going to do it yet, because I'm going to wait for this tacky glue to dry. But if you are watching this, if you could just give me your opinion, what do you think of the feather? Personally, I'm really loving it. And it's not like super raised, and of course once I take the back off of it, it'll be even less raised, and it just adds that little bit of something that cluster right there needs. But you guys let me know what you think. You guys get to help create. So now it's got glue on it. That's okay. I'll clean that off. So there is our cover. I'm gonna hold these while I talk. I'm gonna just hold these down for a little while until their glue dries, which does take a little while, but that's okay. And there's our cover so far. And then the next video will be decorating the pages. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.